Hey YouTube, Jack Murin back. I told you guys I was going to do a review video of the Bauer Konekt 2 skates. So this is a skate that I have been skating in for the last 2.5 months roughly. And I've changed from the true one-piece goalie skate, and I recently picked these up for a discounted rate. They're going new online for just under $1,000, at least the last time I checked. So I was able to get a pair at a discounted rate. So for those of you that haven't seen the Bauer Konekt 2s, there's a previous model, and there's several models actually, but this is the second iteration of the Konekt model, where it hinges at the ankle, where you get the extra flexion here at the back. You can kind of see how it bends a little bit. Let's see here if we can get it to bend, but kind of see the separation between this upper plastic cowling at the top. It hinges at the ankle, and it kind of bends back when your ankle moves forward. It kind of allows the skate boot to move with your ankle, and they have little white lines on the actual plastic boot that show you, how much it's actually adjusting. So anyway, that was their big selling point, along with the laceless skates. But the main reason I wanted to try them was because I really like to get in and out of the locker room as fast as possible. Not that I don't enjoy hanging out with the guys, but usually when I'm playing, it's beer league, so it's late, and I get up early for work. So they have a clip system instead of the lace system. So basically it's these little plastic, they're just like ski boot clips. So on the first set of Konekts, they did not have a locking attachment on this clip. So if you can see on the back here, there is a small plastic tab that you can compress that allows it to lock on this small plastic tab here. Let's see if I can turn it so you can see it. Okay, this little nub here that sticks out. Yep. So this will actually close, and then you can hear it click and lock into place. So that was a big issue with the first Konekts, where these clips were supposedly getting caught and breaking. There was definitely some adjustment, getting used to how these attached and hooked up. So this is basically, like I said, it's like a ski boot. This actual clip piece has threads that thread into this aluminum channel here. So you can spin this for adjustment. If you twist it, it will twist out, so you can actually replace these if they were to break. And then, so the upper one is the shorter of the metal clips, and then on the lower portion of the boot, it's a longer clip that goes over the arch of the foot, and over the bridge of the foot, I should say, and connects on the opposite side. So I don't have the lower ones on. I have kind of read a lot online. Guys were not using them, and I was able to play pretty well without any issue, simply using the top clip, which was my preference. So I just took the lower ones off. I did have some hard times finding these clips online, so I did send an email to Bauer to try and get some, and I never got a response. And I ended up going through my local pro shop, Skate Tech. It's Chad O'Neill that runs Skate Tech in O'Fallon, Illinois. Check him out online. And it doesn't matter where you live, if you reach out to Chad, he'll do his best to help you guys out. So again, Skate Tech online, check them out. Chad has been a huge help to me in my hockey journey, so I just want to send a shout out to Chad and say thanks. But yeah, so I've been using these for about 2 months. The main, like I said, selling point was the laceless system. Also, the fact that they are the blade holder is able to be removed and changed if needed. That was my one real issue with the true one piece. Once the blade holder was chipping and basically failing, the carbon fiber was starting to fail, it was basically useless. The skate was useless. So I really like the idea of being able to change out blade holders if I would like. This has the black LS Plus steel on them, which have been okay so far. I've recently changed my sharpening from the Trues, which are 4mm steel. I had them at 5/8, and the Bauers are 3mm steel, so I decided to sharpen them a little sharper, go to 9/16, and that's been working really well. Again, shout out to Chad for the advice on the change. But the Bauer Konekts have felt really, really good once I went through the proper steps, and that's what I really want to talk to you guys about. So for those of you that have kind of been playing and are older goalie like me, and you don't really know how this new stuff works, there's procedures that go into when you get new equipment. The manufacturer will recommend baking or breaking things in a certain way. So that was something that being an older guy, I just kind of put the stuff on and play. So the first time I played in these, they were extremely painful. I had some really bad shin pain, actually cut into my shins, both my shins, and I'll try and put a picture up here in the video if I can. But both shins on both sides actually have scarring from it, but it hurt me pretty bad, and that was just 1 hour skate being on the ice. So the Konekts actually have an insert that go into the actual boot. So this is just a foam foot insert, and what it does is when you take this clip and you unlock the clip and you open up the boot, these inserts just slide right in, and that is where your tongue for your skate and everything, all your foam protection for the boot is right there. So the whole outside of this skate is just a plastic shell, and then the insert is what your foot actually goes into. So it's completely separate, which I really like for drying purposes. So when I'm done skating, I take the inserts out, I air dry them, I spray them, and that's my routine. And I think that overall the longevity of the skate will be better for that purpose. So anyway, back to my ankles. So the first skate I tried them, my ankles were just in intense pain. I could barely stay out on the ice the whole hour. So I got through the skate, and I tried them one other time after that, same thing. Just I tried different socks the second time, and it still wasn't fixing things. So I did some more research online, which is what I recommend if you guys ever get into new equipment. Look ahead, look at reviews, look at see what other goalies are doing. But I found out the guys were baking them sometimes up to 3 to 5 different times. They would bake them. So I went into Chad at Skate Tech. I asked him to help me out. He baked them for me, and I left them on my feet for a little, like close to 45 minutes. And after that, and I got back out on the ice, I felt so much better. They were way more comfortable. They felt like, you know, they were very playable. I had no pain. At the end, it was very minimal, like nothing like it was before. So I plan to maybe go back again some point next time I go in for a sharpening or something, and maybe possibly rebake, just to see if I can dial that comfort in a little more. But I think primarily what it is these plastics, they need to be heated and then molded to basically your foot, your ankle, your shin, your leg. So it's pretty important that we guys, we follow the manufacturer stuff. Again, I'm kind of stubborn. I'm an old head. I kind of do things my own way a lot of the times, and I realize now that that's just not the way. I was wrong. So for all you guys out there that like to do things your own way, sometimes it's good to read the instructions, right? So anyway, overall, the Bauers have been a really big piece to my game. I have really enjoyed the skate. I'm glad I made the purchase, and I'm glad that I made the choice to buy them and to try them out. So I'm going to be probably moving on from my True Skates. Again, like I said, they're starting to wear and things were just not working performance-wise where I needed them. These things are great for your pushes. I haven't had any issues with protection. I've taken pucks off the toe and no real issue at all with them. But yeah, the couple negatives were the fact that I didn't follow the, you can't just put them on right out of the box and play in them. You know, obviously sharpening them first, but you got to go through the baking process and get them dialed in. It took some time to adjust them. And then my second negative review would be like the lack of being able to find hardware for them. Like I said, it took me, I went to multiple Pure Hockeys, I emailed Bauer, I reached out to people, tried to find them on Sideline Swap. They're just ridiculously expensive, the packages of them, to buy them in bulk, to have replacements, you know, because every goalie wants to be prepared. So there's some negative stuff to them, but overall, I think I haven't had any issues with the clips breaking on these. It's my first set of clips. So I'm hoping that, you know, they'll last a good long time, and I do have some replacements to use after eventually finding them through Skate Tech. So, but those were my two main negatives. As far as positives go, the insert is extremely comfortable. It's very soft inside. It feels awesome on your foot. The Bauer's hug, and there's no issue with just the one clip. Like, they feel snug and tight on my foot, but not over tight, which is sometimes what people get with like lace bite and things like that. These are a great option. I know they look like, you know, one of the cheap like rental skates from back in the 90s, you know, that you're used to seeing at the rollerblade rinks and stuff, but there's actually a lot of technology that goes into this boot, into the ankle. You're able to get your ankles flex a lot more comfortably without pain in these. The pushes have been phenomenal. Just the transfer of energy when you go into your pushes and stuff have been really good. So I just wanted to take a few extra minutes and explain things. Sorry about the bird. He's talking, so I appreciate you guys being patient with the audio. If there's any questions you guys have, please don't hesitate to ask in the comments. I have limited experience with these, but I'd be happy to answer any of your guys' questions. But yeah, so that's my 2.5-ish month review of the Bauer Konekt 2s. So hope you guys enjoyed, and like I said, any questions, feel free to ask, and hopefully be doing more of these videos soon. Thanks, guys.